The night felt heavier than usual, as though the silence itself had been waiting for a moment no one could explain. Somewhere beyond the noise of ordinary life, a shift had already begun inside you long before anyone around you noticed it, and the strange part was that the people who once overlooked your presence would soon pause when you entered the room, sensing peace in you they could not find within themselves. What once felt like loneliness was quietly preparing you to become a refuge for hearts that had grown tired from carrying invisible storms. There were seasons when your own soul trembled in places no one could see, moments when even your strongest smile could not hide the exhaustion behind your eyes. Yet every disappointment carved a deeper compassion inside you, and every silent tear softened your spirit until your words carried a gentleness capable of reaching wounded people in ways loud voices never could. The world often celebrates those who speak the most, yet heaven moves through those who understand the weight of silence. Archangel Michael says the wisdom growing inside you was never meant to impress crowds or gather applause, because it was designed to heal hidden pain in people who had almost forgotten what comfort felt like. Soon, someone will sit beside you carrying burdens too heavy for their heart, and without even realizing it, they will begin breathing easier simply because your energy feels safe. The advice you give will not sound rehearsed or perfect, yet every sentence will land softly inside them like light entering a darkened room after a long winter. Type Amen. You may not fully understand why your path became so complicated while others seemed to move forward effortlessly, but the delays taught you how to remain patient with struggling souls. The nights that forced you to sit alone with your thoughts became sacred classrooms where empathy quietly replaced judgment, and because of that transformation, your presence now carries a rare kind of emotional warmth. Many people around you are exhausted from pretending to be strong while silently breaking inside. They have mastered the art of hiding pain behind routine conversations and distracted smiles, yet when they encounter you, something inside them begins to relax because your spirit does not demand perfection from anyone. There is a reason strangers open up to you without warning and trusted friends return seeking your perspective during difficult seasons. Your soul learned how to listen beyond words, and that gift is becoming more powerful with every challenge you overcome without allowing bitterness to take root in your heart. My beloved child, the compassion within you is not weakness, even though the world may have tried to convince you otherwise. The softness in your voice, the patience in your responses, and the calmness in your spirit are all signs of a strength far deeper than anger or pride could ever produce. Comment 333. A time is approaching when your words will carry unusual clarity during moments of confusion around you. Families struggling with division, friends battling uncertainty, and weary hearts searching for direction will unexpectedly find comfort in conversations with you because your spirit has learned how to remain grounded when emotions rise like crashing waves. You were never meant to become cold in order to survive this world. Every hardship that could have hardened you instead became an invitation to grow wiser, kinder, and more aware of the silent battles people fight behind closed doors, and that inner awareness now shines through everything you say. There were moments when you doubted your purpose because life felt repetitive and unseen. Yet beneath the surface, your character was being refined slowly, like gold hidden beneath layers of pressure, until your voice became capable of carrying peace into spaces filled with tension and fear. Archangel Michael says the next chapter of your life will reveal how deeply your presence impacts others even when you think you are doing very little. Some people will remember your advice years later because your words arrived during the exact moment they were close to giving up on themselves. Type 1 Receive. Not everyone will understand the quiet transformation happening within you, because spiritual growth rarely announces itself loudly. It unfolds gently in private moments of reflection, in the way you choose kindness when frustration would feel easier, and in the way you continue offering hope even after enduring disappointment yourself. The beauty of your journey is that your wisdom was earned through real experiences rather than empty theories. You understand heartbreak because you have survived it, you understand uncertainty because you have walked through it, and you understand emotional exhaustion because you carried it silently while still trying to encourage others. One evening, someone will come to you feeling completely lost, unable to organize the chaos inside their heart. They will expect another ordinary conversation, yet your calm words will awaken something within them that reminds them they are not abandoned, and that moment will become a turning point they never forget. My beloved child, there is sacred power in a soul that remains compassionate after being misunderstood. The world changes through people who continue choosing gentleness even after life gives them countless reasons to become distant and guarded. Comment Peace. The energy surrounding you is shifting in ways that cannot always be explained through logic alone. Old fears are slowly losing their grip on your spirit, and in their place, a quieter confidence is emerging, one rooted not in control but in trust that your life is unfolding exactly as it needs to. There was a time when you searched endlessly for validation from people who could never truly see your heart. Yet every moment of rejection redirected you toward discovering your own inner voice, and now the wisdom flowing through you feels calmer because it no longer depends on approval from others. People are drawn to authenticity in a world overflowing with performance. Your honesty, your calmness, and your ability to remain sincere even during difficult conversations make others feel seen in ways they have not experienced for a very long time. Soon, the conversations you once considered ordinary will begin carrying unexpected emotional depth. Someone will remember your encouragement during a lonely night, another person will replay your advice before making an important decision, and others will quietly thank heaven for placing you in their lives exactly when they needed support. Type Amen if this resonates. There is something profoundly healing about being understood without needing to explain every wound. Your spirit carries that rare ability to create emotional safety for people who have spent years feeling unheard, and because of that, your words often reach places inside others that loud motivation never touches. You have learned how fragile the human heart can become after too many disappointments. That understanding changed the way you speak to people, making your words softer, more thoughtful, and filled with a patience that comforts souls carrying invisible grief. The wisdom inside you does not come from having all the answers. It comes from knowing how to remain present during painful moments without turning away, and that kind of presence is becoming increasingly rare in a distracted world. Archangel Michael says your voice will soon carry more influence than you realize, not because you seek attention but because sincerity naturally stands out in times filled with confusion. Your calm spirit will become an anchor for people drifting through emotional storms they can no longer navigate alone. Comment 111. The future unfolding before you holds moments of deep emotional connection that will remind you why your journey mattered. Conversations that seem small today will someday reveal themselves as life-changing moments for someone who desperately needed reassurance and hope. There is beauty in the way you continue showing up for others despite your own private struggles. Even during seasons when your energy felt low and your heart felt tired, you still found ways to encourage people around you, and that quiet consistency carries more spiritual significance than you know. You are entering a season where your intuition will feel sharper and your words more intentional. The advice flowing through you will come naturally, almost like calm water moving through an open stream, and people will sense genuine care behind every sentence you speak. The pain you survived was never wasted. Every setback expanded your emotional depth, every betrayal strengthened your discernment, and every lonely season prepared you to understand people whose hearts are silently aching beneath the surface. Type light. There will be moments ahead when someone sits across from you with tears hidden behind their smile, trying to act stronger than they feel. Without forcing anything, your presence will invite honesty into the room, and for the first time in a long while, they will feel safe enough to admit the truth about what they are carrying. Your life is becoming a testimony of quiet resilience. Not the kind that demands recognition, but the kind that changes lives softly through compassion, patience, and the willingness to remain emotionally open in a world teaching people to shut down their feelings. Many souls are starving for genuine connection. They are tired of shallow conversations, exhausted from pretending everything is fine, and longing for someone who can listen without judgment, and your spirit naturally creates that kind of space wherever you go. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks. Comment grace. You once believed your sensitivity made life harder, but now it is becoming clear that your sensitivity is one of your greatest gifts. It allows you to notice emotional details others overlook, to sense heaviness behind forced laughter, and to offer comfort before someone even asks for help. There is healing in the calm energy you bring into tense situations. People may not always say it aloud, yet they feel the difference when you are near because your spirit carries steadiness during moments when emotions threaten to overwhelm everyone else. My beloved child, your journey is teaching others that strength does not always appear loud or unshakable. Sometimes the strongest soul is the one that remains kind after heartbreak, hopeful after disappointment, and loving after experiencing rejection. The influence you are stepping into is not built on status or power. It is built on authenticity, emotional wisdom, and the quiet courage to continue speaking life into people who are struggling to believe in themselves. Type Amen and receive peace. A day will come when you look back and realize that the hardest seasons of your life were preparing you for this exact purpose. The confusion, the waiting, the emotional battles, and the silent prayers all shaped your heart into a place where others could finally feel understood. You are becoming someone people trust not because you appear perfect, but because your honesty feels real. They can sense that your advice comes from experience rather than ego, and that sincerity makes your words carry unusual emotional weight. Even now, unseen doors are opening through simple conversations you almost considered insignificant. A few compassionate sentences from you may become the reason someone decides not to give up on their dreams, their healing, or even themselves. Archangel Michael says the peace growing within you will continue spreading outward like gentle light at sunrise. It will touch people in ways you may never fully witness, yet every act of kindness, every encouraging word, and every moment of patience is leaving a lasting imprint on hearts around you. Comment 777. There is no need to rush the unfolding of your destiny. The wisdom within you deepens through lived experience, through quiet reflection, and through the countless moments when you chose growth instead of resentment, and that inner maturity is what makes your guidance so meaningful to others. Some people enter rooms carrying invisible sadness so heavy that they have forgotten what emotional safety feels like. Then they encounter your calm spirit, your thoughtful words, and your steady presence, and suddenly they remember that gentleness still exists in this world. You are not here merely to survive life mechanically. Your soul was created to bring warmth into cold spaces, clarity into confusion, and reassurance into moments where fear tries to take over someone's heart. The next chapter ahead will reveal just how many lives have been quietly touched by your presence. People you barely realized were listening will remember your words during their darkest nights, and the comfort you offered casually will continue echoing inside them long after the conversation ends. Type peace below. The truth is that your spirit carries a calming frequency that cannot be manufactured or copied. It was formed through resilience, humility, emotional honesty, and the decision to keep your heart open despite everything you endured along the way. There were moments when you felt unseen by the world, yet heaven never lost sight of your journey. Every act of compassion, every quiet sacrifice, and every attempt to encourage others during your own difficult seasons has been shaping the light people now feel when they stand near you. Your future holds meaningful encounters with people who desperately need the exact wisdom your life experiences created within you. What once felt like painful delays are now becoming bridges that allow you to connect deeply with hearts searching for understanding and peace. And when those moments arrive, your words will not need to be loud to change lives. A calm sentence spoken with sincerity, a gentle reminder offered with compassion, or a quiet conversation held at the right time will become the reason someone finds